Hello and welcome to another tutorial. This one is on Kialo. Kialo is a free web-based platform, no downloads are required, that allows you to do things with discussions to allow students to think critically, or to actually establish a debate where students can choose their own side and defend their position. So you can sign up to get an account in the usual way through your Google account credentials or just through an email. And then once you've done that, you can then log in. Okay, so you now are on your home page for your particular Kialo account. Your profile is over here. You can add an image, but this would be where you can put your personal settings for your account as well as where you will go to log off if you need to do that. Create a discussion is where you'll go to get started. You can also do a search, and you can search by topic to look for other Kialos that are out there and done already. So I have two of them that I've created here so far. Here's a question, and here is a thesis, three different ones. And basically this would be where you could use this for discussion, for debate. You could have students pick one and defend their position. And you can tell by the image here that there's kind of a branching tree, and you can see what each one of these items are. Now this one, and you can see from the image here, we just have essentially where students are going to put in their own answer to the question. They can establish a pro side or a con side. If you create a question that is just a statement and then they have to choose sides and defend, you can do that as well. When it is all done, you can open up stats and you will see some colors. I'm going to show you an example of one that's already completed that'll show you how the vote or the debate of the different sides has taken place. And get those results. So let's go back to home and show you how you do this. So you click create a discussion. Now a private discussion is the default, and it's probably what you're going to want to do if you're going to use this in a classroom environment. To change it to public discussion, it means everybody has access to it. Everybody could run across it, and if you're using this for class, you probably just want to keep it assigned just to your particular class, those that you invite. Clicking next, single thesis. So if you remember in the example that I showed you, and here's a single thesis here, the earth is round, and we have three pros, so it's like people have identified. This is our question, and we're going to look at these particular options that somebody can post. If you wanted to add another to the con side, click here, you get a dialog box and type what you want. If you wanted to add some to the pro side, you would do the same by clicking here. Okay. So you can choose a single thesis or multiple theses. What shape does the earth have? The earth is round, the earth is a disk, and the earth is cubical. And then again, students can talk about it. They can take their guess, their opinion, and then you can ask them to justify their decision. So just to keep it simple, I'm going to do single theses. Hit next. And here's where I can give it a title. Now I have a lot of different choices here. Anytime you see a little number system come up here, that means that's the number of characters that you have for the spot, and they'll show up in another area as well. So whatever it is that you want to say. So I have my question there, number of characters that I have left. I can put in some background information. If I would like to provide some more details or a set of instructions, I can put that here. That's just text. I can add a link. Maybe there's something that I want to give them access to. Oops, I don't want that in there. I want that in, add the link, and I want it in there. Say link, and so now I got this cdc.gov link added. I'm not going to put tags in. I would only put tags in if I was going to make this public, because it allows people to search by topic if you have tags. I'm not going to use tags. I can add an image if I want. Now, I'm just grabbing an image that I have on the machine and has nothing at all to do with the particular assignment. This is actually from an auto services class that I was working on this morning. And I've now added that image. So here's where I would go to invite people. There's two different sets of permissions here. We're general and then invitees and permissions. So in the general settings, you kind of eyeball everything that you've just done, but you have some other discussion options here. If you would want them to be able to vote, if you're going to give them some thoughts or ideas or some choices, you can allow voting. You can decide who's going to see the votes. If you want everybody to be able to see everybody else's vote, you just leave it at the default. If you only want the admin yourself who creates the discussion, if you want to have that be the only person who sees it, you adjust it accordingly. And then I would enable teacher feedback and then save. So I've now created this, and anybody that I share this with would have the ability to add a pro to or a con to this. Now this isn't a great question here because it's to give you some choices. I should have actually made this more of a statement versus a question. Like COVID-19 will have a hugely negative impact on the economy by creating a recession. And then you could have a pro and con situation and have them debate that. All of the activities are going to show up on this side as people respond, as people answer. And then you're also going to be able to see a pie graph here, which we don't have because we don't have any participants yet. So as you were setting it up, that is one way to get the information to the students. Just to show you some of the other little items here, so this would be where I would have my ability to so here's where I have my choice to edit this, which would make it more sense. And so now I can have my vote here. So this gives you access to a whole bunch of different things here. If you're voting, you can get the voting stats here. Feedback on this particular claim, comment and edit history. And then as I'm creating it, I do get that invitation area where I can invite participants, but I also have the ability to invite right at this place as well too by clicking on share and then clicking on invite, and then I'm adding email addresses here. Now notice since I changed things, this was created 3 minutes ago, and 1 second ago is when I kind of changed my language. This is going to give you kind of an archive or a history report, if you will. So here's the other spot where you will invite people. Again, the general tab, we're going to click over to the invitees and permission tab. It shows that this is a private discussion, which is what we want. And you need to enable whichever one of these links that you would like to share with people. With this top link here, with this top choice discussion access link, they do not have to have a Kialo account. With the bottom one, they do. So if I enable this, I now have a link and I can copy and paste this and share this on the discussion board or email it to students, whatever it is that I want to do with that. I can put a personal message there or not. Okay, so those are your options. Okay, so now we have a tree forming here because we have a question. We have a student who has identified either a pro or a con. They've agreed at this particular point. Nobody's voted yet, so we're not going to check that part of it. I have this one set up for votes, but I can go up and click on the little globe up in the top left, and I can see that so far we have someone who's voted on the pro. That's the green side. The reddish pink is the con. So just so you can see how it looks like from our tree, we have a pro and a con in here as well. And additional folks could vote on either side. Comments could be made related to either the pro or the con score. Okay. Again, you can get access to the comments and history, and you can get a report emailed to you from your Kialo account. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so tool that's worth playing around with a little bit to see what kind of choices and options are out there for you. Go back to the home and search a subject. So again, kialo-edu.com. It's free, allows you to do discussions and debates with your students, either using one statement or multiple statement thesis. Get them to talk about it, debate it, and defend their position. Hopefully you'll find this helpful.